Hello there. Today I'm continuing to look at some of the classic Syrahs from the well-known appellations of the Northern Rhone. So the wine I'm looking at today is Domaine du Colombier's 2020 Hermitage. Now, Domaine du Colombier, its foundation dates back to 1929, when members of the Viale family planted a 1.6 hectare plot on the west side, I suppose, of the Hermitage Hill in a sub-region there called the Beaumes sub-region, and slowly built the business up, and today they actually have 2 hectares of vineyards in Hermitage. They have a further 10 hectares of vineyards in Crozes-Hermitage. The other thing that's changed is that it was only in 1992 that they stopped selling fruit. They were just grape growers, and they sold their fruit principally to the Viale family to go into their wines. So, as I say, all that changed in 1992. Today, a third generation of the Viale family, so Florent and his brother David, run the estate, and their ethos is to try and preserve as much of the beautiful fruit that they're producing into the wines. This emphasis of fruit in the style is what they're looking for. This portion of the vineyard is, of course, now populated by vines that are 50 years old and older. So it's giving some wonderful concentrated fruit. This wine's 100% Syrah. It ferments in a combination of stainless steel tanks, concrete tanks and wooden cuves. Fermentation happens at a relatively cool temperature, and the fruit is handled quite gently. And the idea, as I say there, is to emphasise the purity of the fruit that's being produced. Aging goes on for 8 months, and half the wine does that in cement tanks, and the other half goes into French oak barrels, but what they use there are 600 litre demi-muid, so larger barrels than barrique. So again, toning down the influence of this French oak to allow the fruit to shine through. So let's have a look at the wine, shall we? Looking at it, it has a lovely deep dark colour. Looking at the rim particularly, the colour is quite a purple red note. The core is deep, it's dark, it's almost opaque. There's sort of a black red nature to the core, but yes, there's quite a vibrant purple note in there. As I swirl the wine, first thing to say is it seems to be staining the glass there, but secondly, the wine is 13.5% alcohol, and it's creating tears that are running down the side of the glass, doing that quite readily. So let's see what we make of the aroma, shall we? Gosh, there's some contrasting elements in that. You've got this very rich, ripe fruit, and the fruit is more a sort of a black fruit coming from red. So you've got notes of dark plum, very high ripeness notes of prune, notes of black cherry, touches of boysenberry, that sort of very juicy nature. But that's overlaid by a really slightly reduced meaty note, and there are hints of spice coming from the oak there. There are cedary notes, but then those cedary notes are sort of peaking up the sort of the juicy boysenberry, mulberry or raspberry notes on the aroma as well. So there's plenty going on in here, and there's quite a nice intensity. Again, I'm smelling now, I'm getting sweet spices, so there's cinnamon there, and there was vanilla. Yes, I think the new aromas have stopped turning up now. So let's have a taste, shall we? The wine has a lovely texture and richness. It's juicy. It really is. It's sort of dark ripe plum and black cherry, the sort of juiciness, the freshness there. So that's the nice acidity lifting the fruit very well there. What else? I suppose there's that sort of mulberry note as well. There's a dusting of spice on the finish, and again, I'm seeing sweet spices as well as a sort of a white pepper note that finishes up. There's a little bit of grip, but mostly it's cinnamon. There's a sort of a roundness to the palate that's rich. There's an almost sort of licoricey intensity to the core of fruit there, but I think it just stops itself from being quite as dense as being licoricey because of the fresh, juicy nature of the fruit there. I assume, certainly given the wine's good acidity, it's nicely balanced alcohol, the structure it has, it's well structured, but it's velvety structure, it's smooth, there's an almost chocolatey note on the mid palate. But that structure should enable this wine to age. But at the same time, it's lovely, it's approachable, it's got this beautiful fresh fruit now. So whether you want to age it or not is something you need to think about, because it's actually drinking very nicely now. It's very attractive. The flavours are lasting so long. There's that lovely fresh red fruit note, dark red fruit coming through there even now. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you find it interesting. Do please tell your friends about it. Do please consider sharing it. Do leave some comments below. You could even sign up and follow us on YouTube. That would be fantastic to have your support. Most importantly, however, do please try and find some time and come and join us in the very near future for another tasting once again, won't you? Thanks again. Bye for now.